Hello everyone, I am Deborah. Welcome back to my channel and to my kitchen where I'm finding and making keto-friendly recipes that will keep us focused, satisfied, and in keto. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Now today's recipe, you guys, is another I'm keto and he's not entree that I am making. I found a recipe for broccoli and shrimp in garlic butter. Oh, it looks so delicious. And the problem with that is that my husband does not like shrimp. So I am modifying this particular recipe to include chicken instead of the shrimp. And also there are a couple ingredients in it that are not keto friendly that I am going to substitute out. So if you want to learn how to make a delicious chicken and broccoli in garlic sauce that will satisfy you both, then stay with me and I'll show you how coming up next. All right, everyone, welcome back. Now let's go ahead and get started with seasoning this chicken so I can go ahead and get it into the pan so that it can start cooking. And then we'll move on to making this sauce, the garlic sauce, which is the star of this recipe. And also to let you know, I found the original recipe from a site called Chinese Healthy Cook. And I will definitely leave the link to the original in the description. Okay. All right. Yeah, the pieces of chicken that were a little bit thicker, I just butterflied them so to thin them out some so that they all cook evenly. Because what I'm going to end up doing is after, I'm going to butterfly this one too, after this has cooked, I'm going to cube it so that we have bite-sized pieces. All right. Okay. So I've got a little salt. A little garlic powder, and some black pepper. And of course, I'm doing this to season the taste, and you do exactly the same. But I will leave the measurements on the screen as far as how much of the seasonings that I use for my chicken. I'm gonna flip this over and do the same on the other side. All right, you guys, now this is ready to go over to the stove and we can go ahead and get this sauteed to a golden brown on each side. I'll be right back and I'll show you how to make the sauce. All right, everyone, welcome back. So before we get into making the sauce, let me just tell you that I do have broccoli over here in this bowl. And she used fresh broccoli, which obviously if that's what you want to do, then by all means do exactly that. But I had some frozen broccoli steamed in a bag, so that's what I am using. I put it into the microwave and I cut the time about maybe a minute and a half shy of what I would normally cook it at. So that way, once I put it into the frying pan and mix it with everything, it's not going to be too soggy, right? So I just wanted to tell you about that. So let's go ahead and get into the sauce. So as you can see, I've got plenty of garlic here. So let's go ahead and get the skins off of it so that we can mince this and get it ready to make our sauce. And another thing I want to tell you guys too, I'm sure you already know it, but it doesn't help to say it again. Anytime you're working with meat, make sure you sanitize your area. Like the little cutting board that I had for the chicken, I've got separate ones that I use for my poultry or meat versus what I use for everything else. And matter of fact, I got these from Dollar Tree. So they are way too expensive not to invest in multiple ones so that, again, you can keep your veggies and your produce separate from your meat. And another thing that I need to make note of as well is the fact that my recipe, I doubled all the ingredients for the sauce, and that is because it looked as though she was making, a meal for one. So, and she only had 8 shrimp that she uses to coat the sauce with. So, obviously, I'm going to have a lot more meat, so I need to make some more sauce. Okay, everyone, this garlic is minced. Let's go ahead and add it to our bowl. And before I get into cutting up these green onions, let me go check on that chicken. I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, let's get into cutting up these green onions. Now, for her recipe, she only used the whites of these green onions. So I am going to do exactly the same. And of course the green, I am going to save these for other recipes. So I will set that aside. Okay. All right, now to this, we are going to add some soy sauce. And I have a low sodium soy sauce here, so that way I can control the salt content. Next, I am going to add a half a cup of water. And then lastly, she used sesame oil. I don't have any, so I'm just going to use a little olive oil. And this is probably a drizzle. Drizzle of that. Okay. I'll give this a stir. And to this, I am going to add some xanthan gum. And this is where my recipe definitely deviates from hers, because she used 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and she used 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. And cornstarch has a tendency to be high in carbs, so I'm substituting that for some xanthan gum. So to my sauce, that's what I'm going to add. And this is a thickener. All right, you guys, so I am all set to go over to the stovetop to see how this chicken is doing. And if it's ready, I'm going to cut it into cubes, and then we will proceed on to the next step, and that will be putting all of this together. I'll see you soon. Okay, to a heated skillet, we are going to add this sauce. And one thing that I will tell you guys is that I had to remake my sauce, and that is because the original, I put way too much xanthan gum in it. That stuff gets really, really thick. So in this batch, I probably put about 1/16 of a teaspoon at most. So you're going to keep this sauce in the skillet until it comes to a slight boil. And as you can see, that is bubbling nicely. And at this point, we are going to add the diced chicken. And give this a stir, because we want to thoroughly coat this chicken with this soy sauce. This has come to a boil, and the goodness of the soy sauce and the onions and the garlic is soaking into this chicken. Now at this point, we're going to add the broccoli and give that a stir so that it also gets some of the goodness from this sauce. And you guys, once this broccoli is heated through and it's coated with this sauce, it is time to take this dish off the stove and ready to serve. Okay, everyone, welcome back. Dinner is served and it looks and smells amazing. So let's go ahead and give this a taste. That looks so good, you guys. Lord, I thank you. All right. Mm. Mm. That is so good. The broccoli has just enough of a crunch. And of course the chicken is cooked to perfection and it's nice and tender. And both have the perfect blend of a little bit of that soy sauce, but the garlic is popping through. So good, you guys. So what I'll end up doing is I would either eat mine just like this, or make some cauliflower rice. And of course, with my husband, I'll make him some sticky rice and jasmine rice to go with his. But this is another perfect hers and his meal that we both can enjoy. So, so, so delicious. So guys, please do give this video a thumbs up. Please do share. And please press that subscribe button below if you've not yet done so. And remember to remain safe, healthy, and encouraged. And until we meet again, keep growing, keep thriving, keep pushing those boundaries. Stay in keto, you guys, and I will see you all real soon on my next I've Got Something to Say too. Thanks again.